Hello, everybody. I'm back, and I know. Listen, I owe you all an apology because I've been gone, more than a couple days. I've been gone some time. Listen, I got all my tests done, all my work turned in. I'm less sick than I was before. My throat is still like kind of weird, but I can speak better now, so I'm good there. The last video, I was tired and sick and sleep deprived and sick and tired. So yeah, I didn't sound good in that video, and I do apologize for that. I'm gonna try to do better in this one. This video is overdue, like overdue as hell. It's already been, what is that, like around 5 days since UFC 285 actually happened. Nobody cares about, nobody's gonna watch this content no more. But listen, I can't just not do the review, so I'm gonna have to do the review now. Yeah, let's just get straight into it because this was a good night of picks for me. It was all right. It was decent. But one thing I'll never do again is bet on an undefeated Argentinian ever again, because every time I do it, they lose, and and they lose by a decision, bro. Esteban Rimovic, I had all my faith in this guy. He was doing well at the start of the fight. He won one of the rounds, but yeah, Loic Radzhabov, he just got the unanimous decision win. Tajikistan is on the map now. We got Nurullo Aliyev, we got Radzhabov now. It's big over there. Congratulations to them. And yeah, I just did not have that. I had a first round knockout, and the exact opposite happened. That's crazy. Anyways, Damon Blackshear versus Farid Basharat. This guy, Farid Basharat, he got me my first perfect pick of the night. You see that? Boom. Decision win, got my 75. Let's go. He got right away. Just in the second fight, I already got my perfect pick. Thank you for that there, but we're gonna move on. Jessica Panay versus Tabitha Ritchie. And damn it, the mic wouldn't unmute. And if y'all saw Tabitha Ritchie at the weigh-ins, bruh, oh my. I'm not going to go into it. If you want to know what I'm talking about, you can go search it up yourself. You can thank me later. But yeah, Tabitha Ritchie got the win, second round submission. I had her winning if it would go to it. Hold on. If it would go to the top. I had her winning a decision, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I had Ritchie winning by unanimous decision. That didn't happen. She finished Jessica Panay instead, which is even better for her career in the long run. So happy for her there. And she was a sizable favorite as well. So a lot of people got their money there. Mana Martinez versus Cameron Simon. This was the first fight of the night I watched. Cameron Simon got a majority decision. Here's the thing with this fight. I really could have gotten the perfect pick, right? But with this fight, it's like I had too many picks for this fight as decisions. I had very few of them, like actual finishes, submissions, or knockouts, which made sense anyways because over half of the fights were decisions anyway. So, or I think exactly half maybe, but I had Cameron Simon winning by decision. That was my original pick. That was my pick. Ever since the fight got announced, up until the day before the fight, when I was actually gonna make my predictions video, I changed it to a third round knockout like his last fight, just so I could have some finishes on my picks, so it would look more balanced out. And clearly I'm a dumbass for that because I really could have had another perfect pick, but yeah, it is what it is. Simon got the win either way, so I still got the pick. It wasn't perfect, but it's all good. He got the win, and that's nice. Ian Machado Gary, this is the featured early prelim, if that's even a thing. Ian Machado Gary versus Song Kenan. I cannot believe what happened in that first round. I mean, Ian Gary was in a lot of trouble. I mean, it was possible that his whole hype train could have ended right there. It was close to it too. It was close. It was possible, and it almost happened. But Ian Gary, he pulled through. He managed to just put a beating on Song Kenan in the second and third rounds. You saw his face afterwards. He's bruised up. He lost the first round, but then went on to win the second round, got the knockout right at the end of the third round. In order to get the win, I had him winning by first round knockout. I genuinely believed he was going to get that first round knockout by just finding something. I knew he was going to get a knockout. I knew ever since ever since I started looking into the fight, it had to be a knockout. But I think it's still good that, what am I talking about? The knockout still happened. It just happened at the third round, and that's still good. I still got the pick, I guess. But But yeah, we're going to move on to the actual prelims. Julian Marquez versus Marc-Andre Barrial. Thing with this fight, one of them was getting knocked out in the second round. I knew that for a fact. I didn't know enough about Barrial. And I don't know. I just wanted to put some faith into my guy, Julian Marquez. And he just did not get the win. Everything was just on Barrial's side there. And I don't know, man. Just didn't look good for him there. So, didn't get my pick or perfect pick, you know. But it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about that. This fucking fight, man. Holy shit. I can't believe this one. This fight. Not both of them. I'm just too far up. Viviana Haujo and Amanda Ribas. Bro, listen, for like the first half of this, right? Like for the early prelims, I was with my family. I can't do nothing about that. You know, I'm just not entirely available every Saturday. So I wasn't really watching the early prelims. I got home and was watching the prelims. This fight was pretty nice, but this fight, bro, listen, I don't even know what it is about this fight. It's just watching Amanda Ribas win, especially after, you know, the robbery with Katlyn Chookagian. In my opinion, it was still a robbery. Still a robbery. I thought she won that fight. She's finally ranked at flyweight. She finally got a ranking. It's not as high as, you know, should have been. You know, she kind of should have been number 1 contender after beating Chookagian, you know. But still, she's at number 8 or number 7, I think. She might even move down. I don't know. But, yeah, Viviana Haujo, I mean, she had just fought Alexa Grasso, who is the current champion. We'll get into that. So, yeah, I don't know. There was, like, a few doubts for me. There was a lot of people online saying a Haujo decision. But I stuck with my Ribas pick, and she was still the favorite. So some people agree with me more than others. But yeah, she got the perfect pick as well. That's why I was so happy about this fight. And yeah, just big wins. And bro, flyweight is fucking stacked. I can't, bro. Last year, flyweight was a cleared out division. It was boring. Nobody liked it. Nobody wanted to watch it. Now there's so many top guys, top contenders. There's so much tension at lightweight, especially since Valentina got dethroned. That's just one part of it. But there's so many new contenders on the rise. So many new contenders that people like actually know the names that they're like excited to watch now. They're known. They made a name for themselves. And now flyweight is, yeah, man, it's good. It's good. Another fight, Derek Brunson versus Dricus du Plessis. Very low down in the card, in my opinion, but still a good fight. Listen, it says 459 here, right? I say that's cap. Listen, I had du Plessis winning, 3rd round knockout. Watching the fight though, even in the first round, the second round, I told myself like I should have picked second round. I should have known. Because I didn't know. Listen, I knew Derek Brunson's striking was off. I told you all that in my predictions video. I predicted his striking was going to be off in the second round. Shit was off in the first round as well. Like, his wrestling is nice, but damn, I just kind of did that in front of the mic. My bad. His wrestling is nice. His wrestling was able to hold down a big guy like Dricus du Plessis, but the striking is just not it. And even in Dricus du Plessis' striking isn't that good. They're both slow guys. They both tire out quickly. I think his du Plessis, he just has a lot of muscle mass. Like, that guy's muscular. He's one of the more muscular guys at middleweight. Yeah, it's just he gets too tired, man. And listen, I'm pretty sure in UFC history, there's only been 2 towel throw-ins, and they've both been by Derek Brunson. This one was one of them. This fight was one of the towel throw-ins. I saw this in some tweet. I don't know if it's true, but I'm just passing it off like it is true. You know, search it up if you want. I honestly don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised either. Listen, they threw that towel in. Dricus du Plessis was landing some ground and pound. It was like every 2 seconds he'd land a strike. Some of them would be like insignificant, like not insignificant, but some of them would just like hammer fists. And then the other half of strikes he would throw are heavy ground and pound elbows. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. It was just like watching those last 10 seconds. It was like, okay, he could either hammer fist Derek Brunson and he survives, or he elbows the shit out of him and I lose my perfect pick. Brunson's corner threw in the towel. I swear it was on the dot. It was right when the time ended. Maybe that's when it touched the octagon, but it says they threw in the towel at 4:59, bro. I talked about Trevor Peek. Y'all remember Trevor Peek when I was like 1 second away from getting a perfect pick? Bro, I was on the dot. I was right there. We were in the third round, dog. Okay. But nah, it's all good. It's all good. Could have got my perfect pick there. A lot of missed opportunities on this card for perfect picks, but gotta be on top of my game next time around. Cody Garbrandt versus Trevin Jones. I'll admit I was wrong. It's not the most entertaining fight, but Cody Garbrandt, always gonna watch a Cody Garbrandt fight. How can I not? But yeah, he got the win, unanimous decision win, which is wild. We haven't seen a Cody Garbrandt win in such a long time. It's so nice to see him win again, and yeah, I don't know where he's gonna go in his career next. I honestly have no clue. I don't know where he's gonna go next. Or Trevin Jones, man. I don't know. Trevin Jones didn't get cut. I'm pretty sure. I don't think he got caught. He got cut from the UFC roster. So I'm pretty sure he's still in the UFC. So he's got more fights. He's probably got one more fight. If he wins or loses. If he loses, he's definitely getting cut. But I don't know where he's going next in his career. Cody Garbrandt, good win for him there, man. Super happy for him. And you can tell, bro, he's got big traps. He's got such a thick neck. He's been working on that chin strength, bro. I'm telling you. But yeah, definitely worked out for him in that fight. Happy for him. Happy for the win. And we're going to move on to the main card. Listen, I got the perfect pick. But then again, who didn't? Everybody had this in their picks, in their parlay. People bet their house on this. And they got their money back. Bo Nickal submission in the first round. That was the safety bet. That was the pick. And he got it. It was kind of weird. The nut shot, there was a nut shot, and I saw it. I don't know how the referee didn't see it. But, yeah, Jamie Pickett, he took a big shot to the nuts. Bo Nickal actually couldn't take him down up until that nut shot. So there was a bit of talk about appealing the decision, but it came out today that he actually won't be. I don't know if he ever was going to appeal the decision, but he was just talking about it. And I don't know if he was ever actually going to. But yeah, Bo Nickal, Jamie Pickett. Bo Nickal, man, that guy is a lot of hype. Don't know if they should fast track the guy. Maybe they should, honestly. Middleweight kind of needs that right now. They kind of need a big guy next. Bo Nickal is that guy. I don't know, though. You tell me. Mateusz Gamrot versus Jalen Turner. This was another one of those fights that ever since it got announced, I had Mateusz Gamrot by decision. Unanimous decision, not split. But decision as my pick. Up until, not even the night, just a few days before, I started watching videos. I started getting info. It's like, Jalen Turner, he's got nice striking. He's dangerous everywhere. He's good everywhere. And he's ranked for a reason. But, yeah, on Friday, it was just like, listen, Mateusz Gamrot is not going to finish Jalen Turner. I need more finishes in my picks. Jalen Turner could finish Gamrot. So I said Jalen Turner in the second round. I was still confident with that pick, though. With which one? With the Simon pick, I wasn't confident with that. I thought he was gonna go to a decision, but with this one, man, I really could have gotten 5 perfect picks. I could have gotten one more pick, in total. I could have gotten 5 perfect picks, man. If I just got on my first instinct, I'll never, never let that slip away no more. I will not let that opportunity go away. Still a fun fight. This was a very fun fight. This is one of the fights I was kind of most excited for because I really wanted to see another Gamrot fight and I needed to see more Jalen Turner. So putting them against each other and on short notice, it was just kind of the stakes were there. Me, I had Gamrot winning the first round. No, I had Jalen Turner winning the first round. I had Gamrot winning the latter 2 rounds. But both fighters had their moments and it was a good fight. Yeah. Can't wait to see where both these guys go, actually, honestly. Jalen Turner, he had a big win streak. He had a big finish streak as well, and all that got ended on short notice by Mateusz Gamrot. Mateusz Gamrot, man, he's still good. I feel like this might be an unpopular opinion. I feel like a lot of people overrated him for that Beneil fight. I feel like Beneil was still kind of slept on at that time because nobody was talking about Beneil. UFC 280. Yeah, UFC 280. Nobody was talking about Beneil at that time. Everybody was talking about Gamrot, how he's the next big thing. He's, this and that. I'm pretty sure Bedtime MMA said this. He said that people overhyped Gamrot because they didn't, or they rated him so highly. They made him out to be so good, which he is. He's really good, but they put it out to be this big thing because he beat Sarukian, and people didn't want to let that go to waste. I thought that was an interesting theory. It might be true. Then again, I'm not in these guys' heads. Maybe they thought they were thinking about that. Maybe they weren't. But honestly, nobody gave Beneil a chance in that fight. Beneil wins the fight by unanimous decision. How I perfectly, I want to say perfect. That's like stuck up and weird. Like, so like full of myself. No, I had picked the decision right, 30-27 and all. It all happened the way I expected it to, and now everybody's giving these huge hype to Beneil, and I don't know, man. I just don't really know if I should trust this whole like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, they wanted to like put Gamrot really high up, then he loses. Now they're putting like, now all of a sudden people are talking about Beneil because nobody was talking about Beneil before. In fact, a lot of people were clowning Beneil before that fight. So it's kind of weird how now everybody wants to say, oh, he's gonna be Islam, he's gonna be Charles, he's gonna be the champion. It's kind of crazy how like people switch up. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm crazy, but that's just what I saw from like a lot of people online had that same viewpoint. But yeah, this isn't a UFC 280 review. It's just something that's been on my mind since October, and it's like, need to get it out of there. So I might as well get it out here. I don't know, but this was the fight of the night. Clearly, if this fight was good, this fight was incredible. Jeff Neal and Shavkat Rakhmonov. Man, oh yeah, I forgot to show this one. Yeah, I had him submission too. Maybe I'm just dumb for that. But yeah, Gamrot was better on the ground. Much better. Shavkat and Jeff Neal. I had submission in the second, man. But I should have known. I knew Jeff Neal was like that guy, but I knew there was a pullout. There was some kind of sickness. There was weirdness, whatever. I didn't know what was really gonna. It was all depending on how Jeff Neal was gonna show up, when Shavkat was gonna finish that fight. Finish it in the third round, right at the last minute. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think Jeff Neal was out cold. Like, he was unconscious, submitted unconscious, and yeah, that fight was super good. I'm pretty sure I had Shavkat winning the first 2 rounds either way. I probably would have had him winning the third as well, if I remember correctly. But Jeff Neal, don't sleep on that guy, man. Jeff Neal is fucking good. And the way that Shavkat, Jeff Neal is really, really good. He's just a bit too low, Like, he just needed one more fight to get himself back, like, really up there. But Shavkat, man, beating a guy like Jeff Neal, this is definitely his toughest fight. It's both of their toughest fights to date right now, honestly, man. But yeah, Shavkat, he's good. People have been talking about Shavkat for such a long time. When I first got into MMA, a lot of people were talking about Shavkat. I was like, who's this guy? I don't know who this guy is. He's ranked number 10. He's undefeated, but I don't know who he is. I don't know who he's fought. Brother, Shavkat is the guy. I mean, I knew that when he fought Neil Magny, but now he's the guy. He is the guy. Beating Neil Magny, it's happened a lot of times, in his career. He's lost a lot. Jeff Neal, man, he's so good. And Shavkat beating him the way that he did, yes, bro. That's the next guy. People are talking about giving him a title shot. I don't think so. I think Bilal deserves it more, if anything. And it would also all depend on, like, who, the trilogy was going on there. Also, Bilal Muhammad as well. Gilbert Burns. A lot of people are going to be talking about Gilbert Burns after he beats number 12 and number 11 in the rankings. Like, oh, now he gets the title shot. I think Bilal deserves it more, honestly. Shavkat, he's just got to be one more guy. I think one more guy ranked above him. I'd prefer to be top 5. I know he could beat top 5 guys. I know that for a fact. I know he could beat Colby. I'm sure he could do that. If he just beats Colby, if Colby's comes out of hiding, accepts the fight, Shavkat beats him, that's the next title shot, in my opinion. Just Usman versus Bilal, or Leon versus Bilal, whoever it may be. Just let Bilal have the title shot. I don't think he'll beat either one of them. That's the thing. He has a better chance against Leon, probably, maybe. But I think after that, you give it to Shavkat for sure. Gilbert Burns, if he beats Masvidal, that's if he beats Masvidal. He'd still need one more guy. So, yeah, this isn't a UFC 286 video either, so I'm gonna talk less about this. We're gonna move on. Wow, this one, I couldn't believe it. Here's the thing. This fight was such a weird one. Was I the only one that felt something like a weird energy coming from this fight? I kept looking at Alessa Grasso like, oh yeah, she's losing. This is an easy win for Shevchenko. I look away and I look back like, but maybe. Obviously, I wasn't confident in that pick. Hell no, I wasn't confident in that pick. So I did not pick Grasso to win at all, either in any way. But she still did, and it was weird. Like I just felt this weird energy that I kind of felt it in the Tyler Santos fight, but not that much. So I didn't pick Tyler Santos to win. And Tyler Santos didn't win, but it was close. It was still close. Grasso, the feeling was just weirder. I guess that's just how it is with top guys. I don't know, with like guys that seem unkillable, unbreakable, and then they just lose. You don't see it a lot, and it's just such a weird feeling, weird sensation. And Grasso, she got the win. Mexico, they've got 3 campeones right now, bro. Listen, Brandon Moreno said this: UFC Mexico in September, and I'm all fucking for that. Do it in Hispanic Heritage Month, dog. Do it. Moreno, Pantoja, Grasso, Shevchenko rematch, and maybe Volkanovski, Rodriguez unification bout. That's the one to make, God. That's the card to make. 3 title fights in Mexico. You get the fan base there. You've already got the champions. You're getting the top guys in Mexico, man. Bro, Mexican MMA is at an all-time high right now. It is, I want to say it's peaking. I don't want to say that yet because I don't know. But so far, this is the highest it's ever been. It's time to capitalize. It's time to bring the UFC back to Mexico. Get Brandon Moreno, Alexa Grasso, and Yair Rodriguez. That's the thing, though. All 3 fights are pretty tough. So it would be very detrimental, very bad if they were all to lose, all 3 of them, because they'd all probably be underdogs in that fight. Except for maybe Moreno, but a lot of people are talking about Pantoja like he's the next champion. Yeah, he might be. He's really good. So, and obviously there's Shevchenko, the GOAT of women's flyweight. Volkanovski, who was the number 1 pound for pound fighter in the world. So it's just this whole thing, man. It's tough to really tell. But yeah, this video isn't about UFC Mexico either, so I don't know why I'm going so into it. But yeah, Shevchenko, I was so confident with this pick. I looked at this pick. I'm telling you all, I looked at this pick, Shevchenko by decision. I looked at Shevchenko being on this card. I said, hell yeah, easy, perfect pick. Shevchenko by decision. Good thing I put my all my eggs in different baskets because studying those other fights, because I would have put a lot on this decision happening. And yeah, good thing that I didn't put everything into this fight, because that would not have gone well for me. A fight that, oh my God, I'm pretty sure this is his light heavyweight picture, because he's much thinner here. But Jon Jones and Ciryl Gane. Listen, Ciryl Gane's lost before, right? To Francis Ngannou. It was a close decision that a lot of people still think he should have won. There's nobody on this planet Earth that thinks Ciryl Gane won this fight. And that's just because Jon Jones submitted him in 2 minutes. The memes from this fight are incredible. The whole you can search them up if you want to, but the memes are funny as fuck. And man, I couldn't believe this shit. Like, I didn't even know the submission was fully in. So when Gane tapped, the second he tapped, I was just caught completely by surprise. I couldn't believe it. Bro, I witnessed greatness. Honestly, I witnessed greatness on Saturday night, and that's all Jon Jones, man. This guy, for a while, I didn't really want to put him number 1 pound for pound. I was still unsure. There's a lot of things I was unsure about, things I wasn't After Saturday night, I was so convinced. I was telling everybody, yeah, this guy's number 1 pound for pound. And there was such a long time where I was like, nah, I don't think he is. I think it's Silva. I think it's GSP. I think it's DJ. It's Jon Jones. It is Jon Jones. I think he'll beat Stipe. That's an early pick. But yeah, I think Jon Jones is the greatest of all time. I think he'll beat everybody at heavyweight probably. I don't think he's going to fight a lot. He signed an 8-fight deal. I talked about this. 8-fight deal. He's going to fight no more than 4 of those fights. He's not going to fight any more than that. Yeah, 4 is the most. 5 maybe. 5. That's pushing a lot. I think it's going to be between 2 and 3 more fights. Not even 2 and 3 more fights. 2 and 3 total fights. So 1 or 2 more fights. That's my prediction. But yeah, Jon Jones, he's the greatest of all time. Honestly, Such an amazing card, incredible. Some of the fights were kind of meh. That's the thing with this. I had to look at the whole card, the entire card, not just the main card, not just John Jones, Gane, not just Rakhmonov, Neal. I had to look at the card in its entirety, all the fights. And if I had to listen, you all know like my system. Listen, the entertainment out of 15, I'll give it a 12.5. There were fights that weren't as good, most of them were like the beginning fights that they were just okay. They were all right. But a lot of those fights on that card were top notch, top tier, man. They were so good. A lot of good fights. There was fight of the night, Shavkat and Jeff Neal. It's probably contender for fight of the year so far because we're still only in March, so it's kind of early, but still up there, which is something. There are a lot of good fights. Gamrot versus Nickal, and the ones before that were, I'd say entertainment. And also the finishes. Some of the finishes were nice. Some of the finishes were meh. I'll get into that. 12.5 out of 15 is what I'll give it right now. Now, the fights themselves, the output, the intensity, the importance of the fights, the greatness of these fights, and the rewatchability of these fights, I think I'm going to have to give it 7.5 out of 10. No, that's not enough. That is not enough. I'd probably have to give it more than that. Let me look at these fights again. Look. This fight was alright. This fight was alright. This fight had pretty good moments, but the second round was alright. This fight was alright, and this fight was not good. And I don't know, rewatchability, greatness. I'm gonna have to give it. You know what? I'm gonna give it 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. I think that's a bit more fair, but I should definitely give it more. I don't know what it is. I wasn't really I was still sick at this time as well, so I wasn't enjoying myself as much as I should have watching these fights. So I'm gonna have to give it 8 out of 10. On rewatch, that'll probably change. I think hype has to be 5 out of 5. I looked at it today. It was the most received, right? Yeah, it was just the most talked about UFC event online ever. So the hype has to be 5 out of 5 there. The finishes, I have to give it 2 out of 5. I honestly have to give it 2 out of 5. The thing with the finishes were a lot of them were just okay. The John Jones one was weird. It's just how the finishes look for this one. And the finish, this was a weird finish. It wasn't really that cool. This finish was pretty nice. This one was fire. There was no finish here. This one was expected, but it was still nice. This one was and then other than that, there was just not a lot. That's another thing, is there weren't a lot. So that brings it down a bit. Finishes were a 2 out of 5. Like I said, on rewatch that'll probably go up. I'm gonna have to do at the end of the year. I'm gonna go over all the pay-per-view cards. I'm gonna redo all my picks and then all of that. Name value 4.5 out of 10. Solid names, lot of big names. John Jones, Sidogan, Shevchenko, Grasso, Jeff Neal, Rakhmonov, Gamrot, Jalen Turner, Bo Nickal, Cody Garbrandt, Brunson Duplessis, Ahaujo Ribas, Marquez, Machado Gary. Yes, Damon Blackshear and Cameron Simon. A lot of names, and I will never take a big name card for granted because when the UFC puts up a card and they don't got big names, pay-per-view card they don't got big names, it's not a good feeling. You know what a good feeling is? When they put good names on that card. 4.5 out of 10 there. Not perfect, not super perfect. It's not like the most name value. I give it 4.5 out of 10. Reception. The reception was off the charts. Out of 4, I'm going to have to give it 4. Moments in that fight, out of 3, it's 3. They crowned the greatest of all time. They crowned a new flyweight champion finally. The moments were good. Also, Cody Garbrandt winning, even though they didn't have a post-fight because it was almost 10 p.m. Still a good moment. I don't care. Moments, 3 out of 3. And also stakes, 3 out of 3. 100% 3 out of 3. Bro, everything was on the line for John Jones. Everything was on the line for Shevchenko. Everything was on the line for Shavkat. A lot was on the line for both Gamrot and Turner. Fucking everything was on the line for Bo Nickal. A lot on the line for Cody Garbrandt as well. And Also, a lot on the line for what's his name, Machado Gary, Ian Machado Gary. Yeah, there was a lot on the line for him, but mostly on John Jones, man. Those stakes were fucking off the charts, and that's a part of cards that make it really good. So the stakes, I'm giving it 3 out of 3, easily. So overall, the card is a 42 out of 50 points total that I've given it, which gives it a total of 84%. I have it here 83. I changed my mind halfway through. I don't know where I got 7.5 from. But yeah, 84. Just trust 84 is my grading for this card. It is the highest graded card of the year so far, in my opinion. I had UFC 283. I went back and did that. I had UFC 283 at a 78%. UFC 284, 70%. UFC 285 is now an 83% highest rated, and I can't wait for the London card. The London card looks so nice. That main card, 4 of the fights on there are fucking elite, but what's that? Luana Carolina? Yeah, I don't know why that fight's on there, honestly. I think they could have probably put the Jack Shore fight a bit higher up. Maybe Juliana Miller, since she won the Ultimate Fighter. I don't know why she's so low down, honestly, but that's besides the point. This video is not about UFC 286. It was about my picks, and yeah, I had Jones by decision. He got first round submission. Submission went so crazy, and my picks, this is how it went. My picks, I went 9 out of 14. I don't know the percentage of that. It'll say in the description. My shit's always in the description. You can go check that out. All my reviews, it's in all of them. I got 3 perfect picks, which is not bad. I could have had 5 though. I could have had much more. But 3 perfect picks is still really good. That's the most I've ever gotten in a pay-per-view. It's tied, I'm pretty sure, for UFC, what's it called? UFC 2 was it a 280? Yeah, UFC 282. I had 3 perfect picks there as well. Last week I had 3 perfect picks as well, or I think I had 2. No, I had 3 perfect picks last week too. I'm trying to get my more perfect picks this time around, not messing around, not changing picks last second. Yeah, overall it's a nice card. I got 595 points Tapology. My verdict picks, those fumbled heavily. I mean, you can see it here. The thing was with those picks, what I did, I knew Nickal was winning by submission in the first round. I had that down, but I didn't put my points there for some reason. The reason was because I wanted to put it in other stuff like Rachmanov winning, because I knew not everybody was gonna have that round. So if I got submission in the second round, if that actually happened, or if Jalen Turner too, because he was an underdog, I put a lot of I put a lot of dough in those fights. So obviously the Turner one didn't even win. So I forgot that perfect picks, they get you a shit ton no matter how many people bet on it. Yeah, I could have gotten a lot of money, but I put a lot of eggs in this basket right here, Jalen Turner, because that was the underdog and that was the one that not a lot of people were picking. And he lost, and I also lost a Shevchenko pick, which is even worse. And I didn't even get any other perfect picks throughout the main card. So it's all good. This card was awesome. This card was nice, and yeah, I'll see you all in a few minutes when I upload Chico Weekly episode 9, because I missed that shit too, but I had to get it out. I can't not get it out. So yeah, see you all. And I apologize for the delayedness on the uploads. I will make no more promises because things happen. It's out of my control. I don't know when something's gonna happen or when it's not gonna happen. These things, I just don't know. So if I can't upload, I will. If I can't, you won't see. If you don't see a video, you know why. It's just because something came up and it's difficult to do at that time. So yeah, thank you all. If you made it this far, that's pretty crazy. I don't think anybody made it this far. But yeah, see you all a couple minutes, maybe a little bit more than that. Yeah.